Well, howdy y'all. It's Spaceport Matthew, and I'm here with a quick follow-up video to my blood moon eclipse and orb sightings video of last week. I think that was last Monday or Tuesday when I put that up. Yeah, I think it would have been Tuesday because Tuesday was the date that I actually captured the sightings. Anyway, I took an early morning road trip a couple days ago east of Kanab. Not sure where my destination would be, but aiming to arrive wherever that was going to be at around 3:33 a.m. Arizona time, which in Utah is now 4:33 because Utah has switched back to daylight savings time, and Arizona stays in standard time all year. And I like the numerology of 3:33, so I'm kind of partial to my time zone in my home state. Sorry, Utah, you're still beautiful. Some thoughts and observations and on the experience that I wanted to share. I kind of scripted this, but I'm also just kind of going off the cuff. But one, I wish I had a better night vision camera. The camera that's on loan to me right now, it's a Lumix S5, and it's great at low light photos, and long exposure shots seem to be a thing. But low light video is not its forte, at least having done a little bit of research now. And also, you know, the video that I captured the other night, it was so dark. The camera that I used predominantly for that was just my iPhone 12. And I have a feeling probably newer iPhone models are better, but I'm not sure. Night vision, that's a whole specialty. So I'm looking at different options. But what I really wanted to talk about was sort of the prevailing theory. The prevailing theory being that these objects that we're looking at are satellites. Starlink is like the cry of rationality, right? Like these must be Starlink. So, to think that there's anything magical or otherworldly happening here, it's just that the light from the sun is flaring off the satellites. They're traveling through a very specific spot of the sky where the sun and the Earth geometry is arranged such that the sun is maximally reflective from solar panels or other reflective parts of these objects. And there's something like 17,000 satellites in orbit. Like 14,000 of them are considered active, roughly, but they're all reflective bodies traveling at variable orbital heights and speeds. So there's a lot of potentialities to parse through. What interests me most, and is hard to capture without a true night vision camera, is some of the behavioral inconsistencies with the satellite theory. Because objects seem to speed up or slow down or flash repeatedly. And even given that the speeding up and slowing down aspect could just be a trick of human vision, what could be causing the flashing? If an object was tumbling or rotating through space, this could maybe explain the apparent pulses or flashes of light that are observable with some objects. Out of seemingly nowhere, an object appears and sometimes, dims and then rebrightens and then disappears completely. But unless a satellite is out of control, it shouldn't be tumbling. It should be showing the same face to Earth at all times, not rotating. So I think the idea that it's sun flashing off of a rotating object is kind of unlikely. And living under the dark skies of northern Arizona, I see a lot of satellites that are identifiably so. It's fairly easy to differentiate aircraft from solid, bright points of light that are moving at constant speeds across the sky, and usually at a pace that would be impossible for an aircraft. Like these objects don't flash, they maintain a consistent brightness, and they too are illuminated by the sun, being at just the right angle after sunset. Same with the International Space Station. It's gone over my house many times, and each time it presents as a single solid point of white light. And sometimes you can almost swear that you're seeing the solar panels on the side of the thing, like it's that big. But I've never seen it flash. It's always been a consistent, just a single point of light. So there was a whole Starlink train that went over my house maybe a month or two ago, and it was about 40 objects. And they were all traveling in a straight line. It just looked like a dotted line across the sky. In fact, I'll probably include the photo here. So, the question is, why does this flashing arrangement of objects appear at 3:33 a.m. consistently? And they show up a little before then and a little bit after then, but like the bulk of the sighting seems to happen in this roughly 30-minute window, starting around 3:33. So no one's really looking much, right? Because for the most part, we're all tucked safely in our beds. And that was me last night. I was tired. My late nights caught up with me, and I needed some extra sleep, so I just didn't bother. But I will be going out orb hunting again soon. Maybe armed with more knowledge about how to get long exposure shots on the Lumix S5. I got a couple, and they showed the trail of several objects moving in straight lines. And that's an important piece of evidence, because sometimes these balls of light appear to pause on their trajectories, like slowing down or speeding up. The trail of light they leave behind might leave some clues. Did they actually vary their speed? Like, can we tell by looking at the shape of the trail and observing certain inconsistencies in the intensity of light across their path? So I still have questions. I hope you do too. Stay tuned. Hit the like button and subscribe and whatnot, and it'll really help the channel grow and expand the conversation to those who have observations they'd like to contribute. Until next time, this is Spaceport Matthew, signing off.